He has to do as much damage as possible here. I do not think. Oh my god, that might have put him up. That JL might have put him over the edge. Ooh! 3 seconds left. Wait, who? No! It's really OD. Okay. You know what else is OD? It's combo draw. Oh no, Raz. I thought you was gonna start cooking. But on some real shit, like when people do stuff like this and they're constantly being disrespectful, not being courteous to everybody else's time, knowing very well that the world doesn't revolve around them, and there's other people putting their Monday nights aside just to join the tournament, to be able to participate in a tournament, spend their time away from loved ones or away from work, away from family, whatever the case may be, call out early from work, whatever it is. And then people start doing stuff like this week after week, constantly in it, week in, week out, knowing that we start at 8. Sure, today, I'll give the exception that tonight we start a little bit later than usual. But most every other week, we are starting pretty much around on time, 8 o'clock, 8:05, give or take. And to know that people are constantly being disrespectful of others, constantly taking their time and just being disrespectful and not pulling up, not showing up to the stream, taking 20 minutes to show up, taking 15 minutes to show up, not giving a heads up, not telling anybody, yo, hey man, sorry, I can't make it. Instead of being upfront and honest and saying, hey man, I can't make it, or hey, I'm on my way from work. And that's why I appreciate the people that tell me, hey man, I gotta go to work, I gotta pull up real quick, or just take me at the bracket, I won't be able to make it. I'd rather you tell me that versus you just not pulling up at all and then leaving me wide open in the blue, and I gotta wait 20, 15, 30 minutes. Like last week, it was dummy long. I think last week we had to wait like an extra 30 minutes on some people just to pull up and play their matches. And shit like that pissed me off. And then I'm telling you, yo, come to the stream setup. I'm pinging you. I'm telling you, pitch into the court, and you don't. You know, no, I'm done. I'm done. I'm done. I'm with you. So let me address this, right? Let me address this all the way. All right. So I want to start from. I have a notepad. Let me start from the very beginning, right? And I apologize if I get a bit emotional throughout the conversation. I apologize, but I want you guys to understand something, that not just myself in this scenario, not just myself, and I don't mean this to like cause drama, create issues, create bad blood, animosity between people, or anything like that. That's not how I am. That's not who I am. Yeah, I'll joke around, make jokes. You guys make fun of me. Danny, your hairline this. Danny, you're bald. Danny, you're fat. All this other stuff. Honestly, I don't give a fuck about that. That's jokes. I know it's jokes. I know we joke around. I know we play around. I'm all for it. I'll make fun of you. I'll say your girl shit on you with the mailman. All types of stuff. Y'all been in the streams. Y'all know who I am. Y'all know I joke around. I love having a good time. I love spending time with y'all. I come here. We all relax. We all go through shit, etc., etc. Some of y'all tell me y'all going through it. Y'all with your girls, your wives, your husband. Y'all be telling me your personal stuff, and we'll talk about it, and we'll chit chat. Hopefully, we make each other feel better, right? And for a lot of people, sometimes it's an escape. It's a reality that we have that we want to just escape and go out of our realm, right? For a lot of us, our reality is video games. A lot of us tend to spend times online and spend time with our friends online, talking on Discord, playing video games with our friends. That's what we do. That's how we cope. That's how we escape the real world, right? But I want you guys to also understand something, that a lot of the times when we do things from ourselves, such as myself, Neo, Bum, anyone who hosts events, stuff like that on a community level, community base, everyone, every single person who hosts events, I want you to understand something. Like we're doing this out of the kindness of our hearts. We're not doing this because, oh, I'm gonna make $100,000 from this. Oh, I'm gonna make $500. I'm gonna make $1 million. No, we're not. There's maybe a few millionaires in the community within the whole FGC. There's maybe few millionaires. We don't make money off this shit. I'm being so fucking dead ass. We don't make money off this shit. This shit. The reason why I host events on weekly, whether it was for Grand Blue or Dragon Ball, whatever the case may be, right? For those who've been around me since the very beginning, I do this for you guys, not for me. Not this is not for me. I don't do this for me. I do not do this for me. This is not for me. Do I love doing it? Yes. Do I enjoy doing it? Yes. Do I have a good time doing it? Yes, I do. all of the above. I truly enjoy doing this. But when motherfuckers want to come in here and disrespect my time, disrespect other competitors' time, that shit is fucked up. And that is not okay. That shit is not okay. Like I get the facts. I get the fact that some people want to sign up for events and maybe they'll DQ. Yo, I understand. I am a brother. I have 10 brothers and sisters. I got my moms, I got my grandma, I got my dad, I got multiple people in my life that I care about. And I understand sometimes things happen and we can't be there and we have to DQ. You gotta go into work, you gotta go do this, you gotta stay extra 10 minutes. Whatever the case may be, everybody has their reasonings, and I understand those reasonings. All I'm asking is so that when we host these events for you guys, not for us, when the events that a lot of you guys are like, hey Danny, you should host. Hey Danny, when are you gonna host again? Hey Danny, when are you gonna do EU? Hey Danny. All those times that I'm asked to like, hey, can you please do this? And I'm like, you know what? I should do it. Let me do it. Let me do it for the people. Let me give back. They're always supporting me. They're always showing me love. You know what? Let me give back for the one time, right? And then I do these events, and then motherfuckers don't have the fucking courtesy, the goddamn courtesy to just be like, hey man, I'm gonna be 5 minutes late. Some people do it, and the people who do, let me know, or let me and Arcano know. I appreciate y'all. Thank you for that. I appreciate that. But for everybody else who just up and goes and just leaves and don't tell me a goddamn word, and I'm dealing it. There's 17 weeks of Dragon Ball tournaments I've held. There's like another 15 weeks of Grand Blue events that I've held. Like this is time and energy that I'm putting aside. Like for those who know, I used to not stream on Mondays. Specifically on Mondays, I did not stream. There was a reason for that. For those who know, there's a reason I didn't stream on Mondays. I wanted to spend time with my girl. I was like, hey, Mondays are her off day. Let me spend those off days with my girl. I fucking started hosting tournaments, spending less time with my girlfriend just to host events for you guys, and for fucking what? So I could get disrespected every night, so that my girl's in the room waiting for me 4 or 5 hours while I'm hosting an event, while motherfuckers just being completely ungrateful. That shit is not okay, man. There's times I take away from my family when I used to host on Sundays. There was family events, holidays, whatever the case was. There's events that would happen within the family, and I would deny all of that just so I can spend time and host an event, not for me. Spend time with you guys, host an event for you guys. I am sacrificing all of that just for the betterment for you guys to have a community, to have something that, even if it's small, even if it's minuscule, whatever the case may be, it's just for you, not for me. It's for you. Maturino, that money is for you. I have not once scammed any single one of you guys. All those money I could put, I'm always like, yo, put money in. This is for the players, so them, let them get a lunch, let them get a shape up, whatever the case may be. It's not for me. It is not for me. It is for you. It is for you. All right. I want you guys to understand that these events that we host, that the TOs host, that we go about and we have a communication about it, and we go around and we run it down. You want to give back. It's not for us. It is for you guys. And there's too many people who have like this sense of entitlement. I get it. We're online. We're playing in an online. We get it that we're playing on an online event, right? I get that. But for you to not even have the common courtesy, it's literally just courtesy. Just, hey man, I won't be able to make it on time tonight. I know I signed up. I'm sorry. I won't be able to make it there. Can you please DQ me? Yo, you tell me that, I'll be like, damn, you DQ. Unfortunate. Do I feel bad? Damn, you can't make it. Yeah, I feel bad. Damn, it's upset. I'm upset. But I'd rather deal with that than me saying, yo, player 1 and player 2, please pull up. All right, I'll give you guys 5 minutes, and I don't want to DQ you. You see, I don't personally enjoy DQing people. I really do not enjoy DQing people. I really don't. I really do not enjoy DQing people. I don't, especially when it comes down to World Tour, because here, even if it's one person, right? You have a chance. You have a chance from one online event, right? It can make or break the difference. You have the chance to potentially it can change your life. It may sound dumb, it may sound silly, right? But it's the principle. You have the chance to get flown out by literally a company, whatever, competing in the World Tour, and you don't know what can happen from that point on. Maybe you go on, you make it a top 8, you compete, you can win the event. There's several players who've made it up from online events, and then to constantly disrespect the online behavior and stuff like that shit is just not okay, man. It is not okay. I'm here. There's multiple people that are here that host events that have hosted in the past that are trying to uplift you, give you something. You know how You know how disrespectful it is? Because I know people. I personally know multiple players. A lot of teenage kids. It's truly 13, 14, 15, 16. A lot of young kids that don't have a fucking dollar in their goddamn pockets, man. They don't have a goddamn dollar in their pockets. They don't. They do not have a dollar in their pockets. And the extra $15 that they make that week in that local, that online tournament, those $20, those $40 or $50, whatever the money it is, that shit makes a difference to them. They use that little bit of money to just potentially use that money to go to an offline event. Potentially. They use any little single money. We're spoiled. I don't think a lot of players realize how spoiled they truly are having a bunch of NA events, having the accessibility to participate at NA events. I also understand that there's a lot of players from different regions like Mexico. Like a lot of times you guys jokingly tell me, Danny, why are you letting Mexico in? I understand that there's lag that happens between players. I get that. But there's a lot of players in Mexico that don't have an opportunity either. And I would like to give them a platform where they will have an opportunity to play, to compete, and show themselves, and maybe make a name for themselves. So that when a player wins, I'll use, for example, I forget which Dirty Dan tournament was for Dragon Ball. But when the player from Mexico, he's a teenager and he wins an event, and people are like, yo, Danny, who is one? That right there, he starts getting credibility. He's like, yo, who is one? Yo, who is this random ass player who participated in the tournament and won? Who is he? Right? And that happens week after week after week after week after week. Unknown players start showing up, like, yo, who is this? Yo, who is that? Yo, Danny, who is that? Yo, where'd you find him? How'd you? And it's just a grind fest. It's a grind fest. But for people to constantly just disrespect and just not care, no will, they don't give a fuck. They're just out here just doing what they do, behaving how they want to behave, letting people be like, I'll show up when I show up. If I don't show up, I don't care. All the other stuff, that's just corny to me. That's just corny. It's just corny to me. Like when I see, and I don't normally do this. Like I really don't. I really don't like doing this. Like I'll joke around and be like, yo, bro, this shoe. Oh, hey, bro, this shoe. Hey, bro, this you right here. This a picture of you. But when you tell me, like, when you give me like a statement and you saying, oh, we can just continue playing if you want to be lame. When you say shit like that to me, it really pisses me off. And I should be. And I'm sorry, KJ. I fucks with you. I really do. But the thing you did, that shit is not okay. That shit is not okay. And I know I really don't like throwing names out there. I really don't. KJ, the KJs of the world, the Dragons of the world, Hikari himself, Hikari, I fucks with you. I really do. But when people do shit like that to me, man, that's just incredible fucked up. Especially if you consider yourself to be my mans. I don't like doing that. Don't do that. If you say you my mans, don't fuck me over then. Don't do shit like that. Cause that's when I say it's just disrespectful. Don't come in my face being Kiki King, being my friend and shit like that, and then disrespect my event in the next statement over. If you don't want to play it, that's one thing. That's fine. If you want to DQ, that's fine. But if you want to waste my time, waste other people's time, don't do that. Don't do that. That shit, don't cross me like that. That shit is not okay, man. Because not only are you wasting my time, yo, I want you guys to remember, this is a 2-man team. It is a 2-man. It's literally just Arcana and I running the event week in, week out. Week in, week out. It's literally just Arcana and I. Nobody else. It's just me and Arcana. That's it. That's all it is. It's no one else. Every single time we host an event, it's me and Arcana. Besides like maybe a couple of times when Neil helped me, a couple of people helped me. That's about it. But most of the time, it's me and Arcana. It's Arcana and I every single week. Every other time, come on. And so for it to just constantly be like, oh, the event, last night, for example, yesterday, right? You want to know how upset I was? I was having a shitty day. I was having an actual shitty day yesterday. So for those who called out, I was actually, I'll give you some insight into my own personal life. I want you to know something, right? My mother yesterday got into a car accident. I want you guys to understand this. I didn't tell this to any single one of you guys, but I want to put it into perspective for a minute. My mother got into a car accident yesterday, and I went to the scene. I want to make sure that she was good, and she's fine. My mother is fine. Her leg hurts a little bit, but she's fine. I had a fucking shitty day yesterday. I want to just put into perspective. Like there's things that I go through on my day-to-day basis that I don't share. I just come back onto the stream and I laugh and I kick and I smile and I joke around and we'll play around, we'll meme, we'll this and that, we'll joke and shit. But like we all have our own lives. Aside of this gaming shit, aside of online, we all have our own personal life. We all deal with our own personal things. We all go through our own different stuff throughout the day. My grandmother was going through it a couple months back. She was having the beginnings of cancer. I told you guys, I said very subtly, I was like, hey, my grandma's good. I'm happy right now. There's things that happens throughout my day-to-day lives that I don't bring up. I don't bring up because I understand that when I click the go live button, I understand that there's a bunch of other people coming in also having a shitty day, and I don't want to project that kind of energy onto the stream. Those are things I don't want to do. Those are things I don't like to do. I don't like doing those things. So when I'm having a shitty day and I'm like, damn, my mom, she's a little bit in pain. She's okay. She's not really injured. Materialistic stuff, cars damaged, but there's things that can be fixed, things that can be replaced. Those are things that be replaced. You can't replace your mother. You have one mom. You feel me? So it's like I go through those things. I'll have the whole day, and I'm like, I should cancel the event, but then I'm like, damn, there's multiple other people who also set time throughout their day. They look forward to this. People that are stuck at work, people that watch the VOD the next day, people that are, going through their own life with their own wife, their own husband, their own, whatever the case may be, going through their own things. And if I can, for 3 to 4 hours, potentially just entertain you for a couple hours, that right there gives me the reason to go live. That is the reason why I pressed the go live button. It is not for me, truthfully, at the end of the day. It's just because I know that there's a lot of people out there, and a lot of you guys have confessed stuff to me that is personal. I won't put all your business out there. I really won't. But there's a lot of you guys that go through your personal life, and you guys tell me, hey, Danny, thank you for booting up today. I appreciate you, man. I was having a shitty day, etc., etc. Those are the people I do it for. That's the reason why I clicked the go live button. I don't mean to give off this kind of energy. I really don't mean to. I'm very used to just laughing, and like I said earlier, laughing, messing around. Danny, you bald. Danny, you're fat. Danny, you this, etc., etc. I'm used to doing things like that, and I am okay with those kind of jokes. Those stuff don't bother me. I just don't like it when people just wanna disrespect everybody else. The sense of entitlement. The world revolves around you. All that other shit. I don't fuck with that, man. I really you just like being ungrateful, inconsiderate, selfish, the disrespect, entitlement. It's just a bunch of things that happen. And it's not just 1 week. It's not just my tournaments. It's other tournaments as well. Like, why do this to other people? What's the reasoning? If I want to get back to the community, King Lord Bears, Neo, Arcana, Spooky, Bum, Yipes, whoever you can think of, TNS, Tento, any individual you want to think of, Posey, Kusix, anybody who's doing things from their heart, to give back to the community. And then you guys wonder why the fuck we don't have, damn, Spooky doesn't host anymore. Damn, why doesn't Spooky host anymore? I wonder why. Damn, Bum doesn't host anymore. Why? I wonder why. Damn, Danny doesn't host anymore. Why? I wonder why. And then you realize slowly we went from maybe 7 tournaments a week to 6. Jake Ryan's, Jake Ryan, everyone, every single one of them. You go from 7 tournaments a week, 6 tournaments a week, to 5, 4, 3, 2, and then all of a sudden you're like, damn, where my weeklies at? Damn, nobody hosting anymore? Why nobody want to host? And there's a reason for that. There's a reason for that. There's literally a reason for that. I'm saying we had a weekly tournament every single day. And then slowly but surely, people just want to be dickheads. I don't know how else to put it. They just want to be complete assholes. And I also want to apologize to the people from last night, that the ones that entered, to the ones that entered last night, the ones that were on time and like being supportive and always coming out, showing love week in and week out. To those people that come out every single week to show love, I appreciate y'all. I really do. I'm sorry that I entered the tournament early, that I ended the tournament early, whatever. I apologize for that, but at that point in time, I was not trying to deal with it. I was not trying to deal with all the extra shit that came with it. It just happened to be that yesterday was just my last straw, To know that people have this like the same entitlement, Yeah, yesterday it was one player. The week before it was another. The week before that was a different player. And maybe it's not public. Maybe it doesn't happen on the public scene because I try. Like I said, I don't really try to like put shit on blast to people. I really try not to. I really like I want you to know I hold in a lot of shit. I hold up a lot of shit. I hold in a lot of shit. I really do. Because I know that it can affect people. I know that it can affect players. It's just, some people just don't deserve anything. I'm sorry to say that. Some people just don't deserve shit, truthfully. Like, no, and you know, Kai, I understand, like, we joke around and shit, but that same shit with Dragon, that shit is fucked up, man. You want to DQ? You're telling me to speed up my event because of this shit, because I gotta do this, or I gotta go to school in the morning. If you know you have school the next day, don't enter the bracket. If you know you gotta wake up at 6 in the morning the next day, don't enter the bracket. You know the tournament starts at 8 p.m. 8 p.m. EST. And you know you have a responsibility to wake up at 5 in the morning. And you know the tournament ends at midnight. You're gonna have 3-4 hours of sleep and you're complaining. Don't miss me with that shit. I don't want to hear it. You know what you did. When you click the sign up button, you know what you were committing to. You know what you was committing to. And like I saw a couple people comment saying, "Hey Danny, why didn't you just, DQ all the players that were, being disrespectful or whatever?" The truth is, the reason why I didn't DQ any of those players, the reason why I don't DQ any of those players is because I know after X amount of players, after X amount of interest, the tournament just becomes completely invalidated. It just becomes completely invalidated, and it goes to a point where it's like, damn, this is for people for World Tour points or whatever, and whether you care about it or not is one thing, but there's some players that truly do care about it. There's some players that can't afford it. I have money in my pocket because I'm grateful that I had an upbringing. I was able to save money growing up, stuff like that. I can travel to these events, but there's a lot of players that can't. That's the truth. A lot of players can't travel to these events. They can't afford it. Like I said, there's a lot of kids that play, and I understand minorities, blah blah blah. You got teenagers and shit like that. I get it. I really do. But for there's a handful of players that can't afford it. There's a lot of you guys, even in the stream now, grown ass men that still can't, that wish that they can, and they still can't, and they see the opportunities presented for somebody else, and they're not even taking advantage of said opportunities that they have, that they wish they had, that when they were their age. Like, and I don't think they realize how easy they had it. Look, for example, look at Garlic Bread right now. You don't think Juarez, I know you mentioned the name. You don't think Garlic Bread wants to travel? You don't think Garlic Bread wants to travel and compete in the World Tour Finals? You don't think he wants to do it? He's gatekeeping people on purpose. He's literally been gatekeeping people. You don't think he would want to be up on that big stage on the top 8, whatever, and playing his heart out, whatever the case may be, year in, year out, and now all of a sudden he gets hold. It happens. It happened to a lot of players. It happened to Akari. It happens to multiple players. There's just like those 2 examples, whatever the case may be. There's hundreds of other players that wish that they can have it. And I'm not just talking about the Dragon Ball scene. There's multiple other communities where this happens. There's multiple other games, communities, wherever you name it, that also occurs. And I just think it's corny. That shit is just corny. And overall, I know I'm rambling at this point, but a lot of people need to get their acts together. A lot of people y'all need to get your acts together, because today we may have it, but tomorrow on some preacher shit, you won't. And that was what happened yesterday. You won't have it. I'm not even trying to be on that type of timing, but y'all don't understand how easy a lot of players have it here in the States, in the country, whatever the case may be. I don't think a lot of players realize how easy it really is for them to compete. You know how many other regions wish? Like the other day, when was it? Last month, 2 months ago, right before before Evo? There was a Russian scene. There's people from Russia that wish they had an event, and they don't, and they wish that they did. They don't have one. You do. Everybody that lives here in the States, y'all have one. Y'all have an event. Fly them out. I wish I could. No, Punk, you know how I am. If I was able to, I would. I've given money to players. I don't have to brag about this. I've given money to players. That doesn't bother me. People ask me, "Hey Dan, I'm trying to go to something." I'll give you money. I want nothing in the back end. Just, here you go. You want to go? Here you go. I'll give it to you. Those people know who they are. Those people know exactly who they are. If people ask me, "Hey Danny, I need to buy lunch. I need to buy food," or "Hey Danny, I'm not trying to be this guy, but can I get $5? All I need is $20 more to get to." That shit don't bother me, man. That shit don't bother me. Niggas stay in my crib. No. You see, Punk, that's some real shit. I do the same thing. I want you to ask Wade, Wawa, Kasuga, any one of those French players, Posey, Nitro, Kite, anyone. I want you to ask any player that's ever stayed, that you guys ever seen, Indra, any player that you guys ever seen stay in my house. I never once asked them for $1. Not once. 18. Not one time that I ever say, hey, you gotta give me $20, man. Hey, you gonna stay in my crib? I never asked them for gas. I never asked them for money, rent money, food, nothing. I don't ask them nothing. Not a single nothing. I don't ask them for shit. Even when we go to buy food, they're like, yo, Danny, I got it. I'm like, nah, man, it's cool. I got it. And if they do it, it's because they truly want it at that point. But nothing. I don't ask for anything in return. I just do it out of the kindness of my own heart. And that's about it. That's literally, I do it out of the kindness of my own heart. I don't do it because I'm greedy. No, I don't give a fuck about none of that. If y'all met me IRL, y'all see how I am. I'm not greedy. I'm not that type of person. I'm not greedy. I do things literally out of the kindness of my own heart. When people say, hey, Danny, can I pull up to the crib? Sure, come over. Just let me know when you're on your way. Anybody that ever slept over in my house, yeah, I know for a fact I'll accommodate y'all to the best of my possible. Yo, during the event, you think my mother had to cook? 2 years ago when I hosted Angelic 8, you think I needed to tell my mom, hey, Ma, can you cook for everybody? And she cooked for over 30 people? Did she need to do that? No. She didn't need to do that. No, not one time do I ever be like, hey, yo, hey, Kai, you stayed in my crib 2 days in a row. That'll be $100. No. I don't. That's not me. That's not who I am. That's just not who I am. So to reiterate the beginning point, when people are constantly just being like this, just disrespectful, just a single, not giving a single fuck to anyone, disrespecting everyone. This is a word of advice, man. Just be nice for once. Be considerate. Have some fucking courtesy. That's it. Just have some courtesy. That's all it is. Have some goddamn courtesy. That's at the end of the day, all I ask for is for you guys to have some courtesy. That's really is. That's really all it is. We can hang out, we can chill, we can laugh, we can vibe, we can all of that. But just have some goddamn courtesy, man. Just this shit is not gonna last forever. It won't last forever. Because eventually people are gonna get tired of it and just leave. They're just gonna leave and be like, you know what? I'm done. Spooky did it. Spooky said, you know what? I'm out. Bum did it before. He said, I'm out. You know, there's just a lot of y'all need some, I don't know. Y'all need something. I don't know what it is, but y'all need something. Y'all need some reality checks, man. Y'all actually need some reality checks. And but yeah, no, that shit is annoying. Grown ass man acting like fucking kids, that shit is not okay. Literally, grown ass man. Grown ass man. Grown ass man acting like little kids. That shit is not okay. That shit is just not okay, man. Like, I really do enjoy like hosting events. I really do enjoy hosting events, but when shit like this occur, I lose my will, like my will to want to continue hosting. Like that shit just goes away, man. That shit just goes away. All of that just goes away. Like that shit is like you think yeah. Like when I'm going through this and I'm just reading, I'm going through the chat and I'm just reading, and I see people just being just disrespectful just every weekend. I'll show the receipts. This is a public Discord. Anybody, y'all can go in the Discord right now. Y'all can read this for yourselves. But when this shit happens week in, week out, and people just being little ass kids, for what? What do you gain from being a little ass kid? What do you gain from the lame brackets? Just like wasting time. Just report your score and move on. You're lagging with your opponent. It is what it is. Report your score and move on. Y'all can talk shit after the fact. If you're waiting on your match, talk shit during that time. Talk shit during the down period. But just Come on. This shit should not be happening every single week. Like every single week is something new. Like that shit is annoying. That shit is just annoying, man. That shit is truly just annoying. That shit does bother me. That shit is annoying, bro. That shit is actually just annoying. Immature, yeah, there's a lot of immaturity that goes on with it. There's a lot of immaturity, but like this shit is not okay. I'm over here waiting 30 minutes every single time just to get a singular match. Like this is not okay. Yeah, this shit pissed me off. This is when I was like, you know what, I need to step away. But I've spoken to Cajun numerous of times, and because he did the same shit last week, and I gave a warning. But this shit right here, this shit is not okay. Like why would you even say this? And I don't mean to like throw dirt on Cage's name or anything like that. I've met him before. I've had numerous conversations with him. We joke around, we mean, we laugh, we joke. But wasting people's time, wasting people's money, everything, all of that, that shit is not okay. That I don't agree with. This I don't agree with. This right here, this is just blatant disrespect. Blatant disrespect. And like I said, we can joke around. Y'all can call me bald. Y'all can call me fat. Y'all can say my hairline's receding. Y'all can say all types of shit. I don't give. That shit don't affect me. Y'all can call me broke, ugly, all this other stuff. That shit don't bother me. But when it's time to get to work and have and attend business, if you will, and you start doing this week in and week out, when you're constantly waiting and people and your opponent's waiting for you, talking about waiting for you to get comfy in your bed in your crib to drive home, that shit is not okay. That's just one player. That's just one player. I said it yesterday during the VOD. It's not solely on KJ. It is not solely on him. There's multiple other players that have done this shit. Multiple other players. That this shit happens. Like the whole Dragon situation. DQ. I don't even know if Dragon is in here. And I've said it a couple of times. You guys been in the stream when I'll say it. I say, Dragon, I don't give a fuck if you're in the stream. Give me a goddamn apology. You come in the streams every other day, every other week or whatever, talk shit, whatever, but you can't even give me a fucking apology. You over here DQing during winners finals, and then you're like, oh, Danny, hurry up, speed up this tournament. I gotta go to bed. My parents are strict, yada, yada, yada. I'm like, cool, man. It is what it is. I'm very lean. I'm super chill about it. I'm cool. I'm calm, whatever. And I can't even get a fucking apology from you? That shit ain't cool. That shit is not cool. People don't know how to apologize. People don't know how to say like, yo, you don't know how to take your own accountability. You don't know how to take accountability. The sense of entitlement is that shit is crazy. No, I don't have a personal issue. I just feel like it's incredibly disrespectful. I feel like it's incredibly disrespectful to constantly just be in a situation where people are just getting disrespected. Not just me, but everyone else. Literally, not just me, but everyone else. I'm all good. If you want to talk shit, by all means, I don't give a fuck. If you guys want to talk shit, y'all wanna be like, I'm better than you, you're ass, you're this, you're that. Y'all know I don't give a fuck about that. But once you start getting into like the personal boundaries, when you start saying personal, like OD personal shit, you need to chill. But that's the rant. If there's one thing you take away from this, be grateful for the people you have right now. Be grateful for the rest of the TOs that are still in the scene. Be grateful to them, man. Because today they do it, tomorrow they may not. So be grateful, be extremely grateful to all those people that are hosting today. All those people, all those TOs that are hosting throughout the week, be grateful to them, man. Just be grateful because when we hear, Damascus, Tyron, all of them, when we hear Neo's here, Bum is here, and we all hosting, Posey doing Demonic A, Bum hosting, AOC, TSL, Tyron's hosting his tournament, Damascus hosting his tournament. When we're all doing that, we do it for the love, man. We do it for the love. We don't do it for our own personal gain. We do it for the love. When Steve is hosting it, anyone, if I'm missing somebody, my bad. But anybody who hosts, like, they do it out of the kindness of their own heart. And then one day, they're just going to be like, I'm good, man. And they're done. So if there's anything I take away from this, man, just be respectful. Be respectful, because this shit's not going to last forever, man. We have it today, but it's not a guarantee that we're going to have it literally for forever. So be respectful, be mindful of your TOs, be courteous, and, you know, just communicate, man. You can't make it, let them know. Don't waste people's times, because you don't want your time wasted. Don't waste other people's times. Nah, that's all it is, man.